Hi everyone, welcome. Welcome back to another Onkruid video, welcome back to another Soulstone Survivors video. Welcome to the first map without any curses, playing with the Paladin. Just a regular old run-the-mill Paladin run, a regular old Soulstone run, and a regular old Onkruid video. Nothing too crazy to expect, unless if you think that the type of content I create is crazy and unexpected, but then I would advise you to reconsider that thought, because that is just absolutely false. It's very predictable. The predictability lies in that it's gonna be a bit over 10 minutes of me rambling on about everything and also about nothing at the same time. And sure, there's some beauty in that, but all in all, unexpected, surprising, crazy? Nah, not necessarily. Unless something absolutely bonkers happens, which possibly is like a meteorite striking right at this time in real life, right near my house. And I will transform it into a little vlog video where I go and explore. And my adventure will all of a sudden start. Bit of a fantasy story there. Who knows? Life can go in mysterious ways. Mysterious cycles, mysterious paths. I think the path I just laid out for myself is a bit too mysterious to ever be true. And I also think that in reality, when a meteorite or a meteor or a comet would drop right near my house, I would stay the fuck away from that. Presumably that thing would be radioactive as dicks or burning or whatever. Either way, it's not something I would want to get close to, really. Whatever it is. Something unknown, something that is not necessary for me to explore. No, you won't see me exploring that rather quickly. I am more of a neurotic person. I'm a bit more careful, a bit more anxious in life, a bit more hesitant. A bit more lean back, maybe let others do the exploring if things have to be explored. Give me the warm comfort of my home without any unexpected crazy things, you know? I'm a bit like Bilbo from The Hobbit, if you will. Just calmly trying to enjoy his fish after a long day of doing absolutely nothing at all, just chilling. Then all of a sudden you hear a knock on the door and your life turns upside down, but you don't even like it actually, at least not in the first place. But then again, just like Bilbo, maybe later on I will learn to actually love it. To live, love, laugh a little and let go. That's exactly what I'm doing in life right now. Letting go a little bit, letting go of my stress feeling. Just everything that comes on my path, I will take every opportunity I get. But also like Bilbo, what was I even gonna say? Also like Bilbo, along the way I still have my doubts, you know? I still have my doubts about whether I am really doing the things in life that I want to do and whether I am not overstepping my boundaries a little bit, going out of my comfort zone a bit too far. Yet again, here I am again, feeling lost, but now and then I breathe it in to let it go. Just recording another Soulstone Survivors video without a care in the world. Let's go for Thunderstrike. Just going with a regular build, a random build rather, because well, we're playing without curses, so we know that we can actually do whatever we want really. Did you guys enjoy the Hobbit movies? A lot of people definitely dislike them. A lot of purists, a lot of gatekeepers dislike the movies as well, because they made up some romantic stories and some characters that were never in the books were all of a sudden in the movies and stuff. But I mean, I quite like both the book, I like the book of course, and I like the movies as well. Just anything Lord of the Rings related can always get me hyped, whether it is completely accurate or not, you know? The most important factor is fun for me, and I thought the Hobbit movies were definitely a lot of fun. Sure, there were some scenes or storylines I would have done differently, but all in all, no, enjoyable. I know, for example, that a lot of people complain about the sequence where the fattest dwarf, Bomber his name is I think, goes berserk, goes into sicko mode in that barrel against all the elves and orcs at the meantime, mainly against orcs or goblins at that time though. And a lot of people are like, oh, this doesn't happen in the book, this is so unnecessary, but I mean, it's just cool, man, have some fun. It doesn't always have to be, and I might be saying controversial things, but it doesn't always have to be completely accurate to the source material, right? Peter Jackson is an authority. He is allowed to explore the boundaries a little bit, to make things a bit crazy. When watching his movies, things can get crazy and unexpected. Then again, I think my YouTube videos are of course of the same quality as Peter Jackson movies, so. And this is the part where you see him make a cameo like he does in all his movies. You see him just walking past me in the back of my camera feed. What if Peter Jackson was actually Jarvis? Jarvis is the character that I have in the back of my videos. sometimes when something needs to be written down. And I couldn't help but notice that Northernlion has exactly the same character, and that is really coincidence. I mean, then again, it's not really coincidence because everybody knows that Jarvis is kind of like a butler name, if you will, but it gave me goosebumps when I realized that me and Northernlion had the same character in our videos. Maybe it's just the same butler. Maybe that's why I'm so funny, because he just gives me all the jokes that Northernlion tells you. I wish that would be easy. Just have a little earpiece in my head filled with Northernlion-esque jokes so that I didn't have to think about things myself. Make things a lot easier, but it would strip away my own personality, and sometimes my jokes are just different than Northernlion's. Most of the times because they involve your mother in some capacity, and that's not something Northernlion... Well, I guess that's something he also does, but I think my humor capacities are just a bit more limited. I'm sticking a bit more to the same subjects, the same topics. Almost all my videos are in essence about therapy and about giving therapy and about things you have to take into account in therapeutic sessions and about certain disorders and how to deal with them and blah 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 blah. All that psychology shit, which is interesting, but it doesn't easily make for funny content, of course. I don't think anybody will be like, haha, yeah, suicidal patients, that's rad, man. That's absolutely awesome. So that's the difference as well. Some more heavy subjects maybe. I mean, I could also talk about interest rates and the housing market and how Michael Burry, whatever his name is, the guy from The Big Short, how he is predicting that the housing bubble is gonna pop yet again. And therefore I will have to sell off my second property in Atlanta, Georgia. Sadly enough. It was a property I bought first of all to give my parents their own little home to quietly retire in, but I guess now they will just have to live on the street forever and ever. Huh? Thanks a lot, Obama. There we go. That's a joke. That's a joke right there, or at least in my opinion. In my humble opinion, if I may ask, because I don't really know what makes a joke good or what doesn't. All I know is that sometimes I snort a little bit while listening to Northernlion, and other times I sleep. I sleep because it's not real shit. You feel me? Oh, that reminds me. I still have to watch a video that my buddy Coolkit, or Berglucht, I keep calling him Coolkit, my buddy Berglucht sent me. The person I do the podcast with about a certain comedian of whom I can never remember the name, but whom we both thought looked a bit like a degenerate, if you will, a bit of a redneck degenerate, and therefore would not find funny. But apparently he found like a video by that guy, or a bit of a routine by that guy or something, that actually was really funny, laughing out loud funny. He lolled at it, if you will. So that's definitely why I definitely still need to check that out. Maybe I should have done that beforehand so that I had something to talk about, because now I'm kind of running out. I'm running out of ideas, man. Ate pizza right about now, just a couple of seconds ago with my girlfriend. Leftovers from yesterday. 2 days ago. 2 days ago. Yeah, 2 days ago already, because yesterday we eat broccoli with some sausage. Pizza, probably in the top 3 foods to eat as leftovers, right? Right up there with Chinese food, definitely. And then I think any type of curry or something can also just be absolutely delicious if heated up again. Sometimes things like curry and chili. Dishes that just need like some time to have the flavors really get to know each other, you know. The flavors really need to develop over time. Also with things like tomato sauce sometimes, for example. Heating those leftovers up after a couple of days can sometimes make it taste even better than the original, than the real stuff. Because the flavors have really had more and more time to develop. So the dish has become even more potent, even more tasty, even more beautiful. So I think we can keep it at saucy dishes, pizza and Chinese food. I think those are my top 3 for leftovers. Sushi is also quite nice for leftovers, but kind of depends on what you have as well. And most of the time there's a bit of coloring on the avocado and stuff, and it makes it look a bit less appealing. But still, you will never see me turn up a frown at a plate of sushi in front of me. Whether it has been made 1 day ago, 14 years ago, or actually before the dawn of time as we humans know it. I will just remain excited to put that piece of raw fish in my mouth. Not necessarily has to be raw fish. I like vegetarian sushi as well, where the cucumber and avocado and mango sometimes play like the the main part. They are the main characters of that story. Later today, I don't know what I am actually... Oh yeah, I know what I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna eat the leftovers of that potato dish with broccoli. Potato mash with broccoli we made with some sausage, but our sausage was almost running on out, so we're gonna bake another little piece of meat with it to fill up the void inside our gastrointestinal system. And it's gonna be delicious, and it's gonna be easy because we did, or well, not we, I should say, it like it is my girlfriend did the most of the cooking already, which is peeling the potatoes, boiling them, mash them, stick them in a stew. That's, I think, the most difficult part, and she did that yesterday. Why did she do it and I didn't help? Because I had a long day at work. I always have long days at work lately. I really should find a bit more of a balance again. Because now it's like some days, like today, I only have like 3 clients, so I don't have to work all that often, but more often than not, they are then also spread out across hours. So that's why I don't just have to work 3 hours. No, I have to leave in about an hour to go see a client at one place from 2 until 3. Then after 3 I have to immediately get over to my other workplace because I have a client from 4 until 5. Then I have to wait half an hour, and then from 5:30 until 6:30 I have my final client. An intake conversation. Looking forward to that. Intake conversations are always interesting. That's a bit rude, I'm talking here. Are always interesting, but they are always a bit... I mean, they can always be interesting, but sometimes they can be difficult, because with my regular clients that I have seen 2 or 3 times, they know what to expect from therapy, they know what to expect from me, they know what they can talk about, they know what type of questions I'm gonna ask, and they therefore are a bit prepared. The conversation flows easily. Intake conversations are often a bit different. More often than not, you're dealing with people that actually don't know yet necessarily what they can expect from therapy, or what it's gonna mean for them or do for them, or what doors it's gonna open up for them. So sometimes it's a bit harder to get the conversation going, and also because an intake conversation is just a bit more atypical than some other conversations in therapy. Normally you focus on the here and now and you get things to flow over in each other nicely, but in an intake conversation sometimes you just have to be like, you know, we've talked a lot about those themes already, now we have to talk about this theme for a while. So how's your family? Even though that's not what you were talking about at all, you know, but you need to take into account the fact that you need to gather a lot of information. There we go. A nice short little run. 97% probably. Where is it? Right here. Yep, 97.3. We're almost there. Thank you very much for watching. Hope to see you in the next one. Bye.